Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nubia here on the Lord Master channel. This Crusader Kings 3 series, which we're about to see well, first things first, as much as I would like to, go to war against Makuria while our army builds up its strength, as I've not created new regiments, but rather expanding the size of existing ones. I have to put you there somewhere. Yeah, of course. Actually, no. Better one. Over here. And the pikemen will be stationed up here. It's like, well, getting ready for war is one thing, but building up a war chest to support the maintenance for such a conflict is another thing. Despite all these benefits, thanks to Rita's crown, as I rush a little bit of dread to fearful troops, which is something that's a bit problematic for me. I need to become more, dreadful. I'm not intimidating enough if I want to reduce the maintenance even more. But I got some business to take care of. By business, I mean find an excuse to make money and fast. But the easiest thing to do is, one, prior to recording, I already asked the head of faith to give me some gold. In addition, I demand payments for everybody that I have a hook on. And that includes the people of the house and kin. Every single one of you is going to pay me some money. Just for starters. You even have to take 2 off of you. Everyone. G'day. I was just speaking gibberish in that last part. I wasn't speaking Nubian. Sorry, that leaves us 200. I mean, good start, but we could do better, as I'm gonna get additional funds from the Pope of Alexandria. So I'm gonna be going away for a while from this realm, and by the time I return, we'll start the war against Makuria. I'm gonna go on a business trip. First, we're gonna go visit the metropolis of Constantinople. Although to get there takes a while. I used to be bringing Silk Road merchants. Would it be considered cheating if you bring both Silk Road and Trans-Saharan? I mean, yeah, it's safer, but... You know what, screw it, bring both of them! Because I did say, I want cash and I want it now. And this is a way to do it. Get both of them over there. It's excessive and slightly exploitative as a way of how to get gold easily. And while we're at, pass through the Kingdom of Crete, the Despotate of Crete, and then after Byzantium, we're gonna go. We're gonna go on a bit of a trip to the Balkans, and then Italy, and then back again. Just to get more lifestyle experience, including stewardship. Yeah, there might be some danger along the way, including visiting battle sites here and there. Go up to Burgundy a bit before we come on down to the amphitheater over there. Then we'll cross Italian trip. No. That's gonna be my way of doing it. Just to get as much money as possible. And what are you going to use that money for? Mercenaries, just in case. And some of that I'm going to get some diplomacy lifestyle. And some wandering lifestyle, as if I really need that. Then we'll go up to Sardinia and Corsica. Whew. Huge learning lifestyle experience to go to Tunis. Then the basin's over there. And Leptis Magna. And I'm back home. But it said it may take 2 years, so okay, a little more than originally planned. But that's what we're gonna do. This is a business trip, a 2-year, approximately long business trip. By business, I mean bring those merchants and buy, sell, and then all that. Although I'm not gonna spend any more time other than I need to be, just only the ones that's in this half of the Mediterranean. And I wouldn't dream of going further east. Anyway. And also invite a few knights while you're at it, in preparation for a war. You need all the good fighting men you can get. Oh, and build a Christian church. Monastery. Yeah, monastery, just this once. Before I get out of here. Oh yeah, I've done overspent. But I wouldn't worry too much. Our income is so goddamn excellent. And also, when you're slightly in debt, you do gain a bit more gold. I mean, that's good to know as a way to get out of it. But now we're going to make some money and quick. And also, immediately the Pope has given me some gold for this. See, that wasn't so bad. As we travel by the Nile, we notice a man loudly cursing his life, and complaining to about his traitorous crew. As you get close, see him standing by the remains of a small, wrecked trading vessel. My lord, can I have a moment of your time? I'll happily pay for some food and assistance in repairing my boat. He asked with a pen. Smile on his face, and knows most of his good to see him well kept despite his misfortune. My apologies, but we're in a hurry. Right, another son. Pietro, that'll be your name. As we walk down the halls of the manor in Banassa, the local landowner, Malik, turns to me. They say this part of the state is haunted, my lord. I hesitated to look around. The hall's a bit darker than I would have expected. Candles flickering at their posts. When we stop at the old dining hall, Malik turns to me again, this time with a grin. Would you like the tour of the haunted manor? Intriguing. We're walking down the dark, deserted hallway. A few furnishings we've come across, all covered up with sheets. Added to the ghost atmosphere. Was that rat? I heard to catch my entourage. Lake turns his face as squinting's out of the words. And through here, my lords and ladies. What's that nook over here? I fumble in the darkness, doing my best to ignore the slight sense of panic that the darkness evokes in me. I hurry through the next doorway, trying to find the group, and suddenly a large dark shape comes swooshing down on top of me. I let out a shriek of surprise. When I come to my senses, I find that the group standing in the room just as I just entered. Like a tall breathing through the laughter and pussy. Lord, did you have a good time? Oh, haha, yes I did. Traversing through the floodplains on the outskirts of Bonanza, we were suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders, out for blood. Another set of riders rapidly approached from a nearby holding, led by Wally Bashoy. I am very pleasantly surprised by the altruistic demeanor of the local body, and I praise God that they arrived just in time. Bashoy circles back around the victorious grounds as he joins us of Mr. Hospitality of Bonanza. Get behind my honor. I don't care what background or religion you are. We just want great fighting men like you in our ranks. Yeah. Wants to write about intrigue. How much? 50. Do it. You know we're gonna earn a lot of money through trade anyhow. Jesus clearly does not favor our voyage. As the wave the size of castles comes crashing down upon our humble vessel, the ship is rocked back and forth. Men and women alike cling to whatever they can to keep from turning overboard as the ship grows closer and closer to capsizing. Now, of course, stashed away the other nobles in the serious part of the ship, but as the sky burns with thunder and the sea crashes down on us with all its strength, I fear I shall not live to see another day if I try to survive on faith alone. I trust our captain. We successfully navigated the storm. Child is sickly. Friend died. Defensive negotiations can propose foreign alliance without a marriage, and you can purchase truce interaction. Another useful option if I were to keep Egypt off my back. I arrived in Byzantion. The host Basilis Theodosios of the Alodia Roman is wondering what I plan to do out here. Visit the market to find opportunities to earn gold. But I actually want to get going, man. Get me moving. I want to stay here. I find my beneficiary Samara surrounded by scrolls and manuscripts, fiercely flipping through pages. My lord, there are so many areas of intrigue worthy attention. Scheming, seduction, manipulation. I don't even know where to start. What topic does your muse yearn for? The content of this book will likely be of higher quality. I'll have to pick that option. Ditch. Ask to promote legend. Pay me 40 gold and start promoting it. So a legend promoter does increase a bit of renown to my name, which I really don't need that. Well, I'll just decline because one day your legend will not matter when I conquer you one day. A misinterpreted gesture. During the delicate negotiations with powerful noblemen, I make a gesture common in my homeland to express agreement. However, in the metropolis, the same gesture is deeply offensive. No false sign of the noble regard and shock and disgust. Despite your profuse apologies and explanations, the damage is done. A cultural misunderstanding threatens to unravel the days of careful diplomacy, leaving you frustrated by the complexities of navigating foreign customs in this cosmopolitan city. How unfortunate. Silk Road trade. And you fumbled on both. 1 second. Yesterday our trials in Shumen were rather grueling, and I was so exhausted I overslept. The rest of my entourage didn't want to wake me up, saying that they worried that I would not be in a right state of mind if they didn't give me enough time to rest. I'd be careful not to oversleep again. Slightly faster travel. We stopped to camp outside a small village of Enrichment. The locals can investigate our caravan. The rest I think they are trying to trade with us. It soon becomes clear to give us gifts and learn everything you can about our culture. One local in particular, Donna, has a million questions about where we are from. Xenophobes. We'll take every benefit we can. Gift of gold slightly. The grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch cathedral. On its entry, someone's left the lantern running. Careful, my lord. Zed holds his arm up in front of my chest. You are quick to make accusations. A dimly illuminated figure stands in the entrance to the cave. I'm merely a hermit, and you will carry the title of the king. How fortunate. Please tell me about my future. The hermit takes a second before replying. He gets up and waits till I follow. There are some herbs scattered around in what seems to be a rudimentary bed. He turns to me, and when we weigh my entourage, and with an oddly deeper voice replies, "The fire shall talk, and the silver shall flow from the hoof of a lowing cattle." How insightful. I will remember this. Whatever the hell that means. Come across ancient ruins in Arges, which weren't the most spectacular out there, I'm sure. They weren't that large, so we couldn't camp there. Even so, they were quite something to see. My entourage and I have been rather bored for the days, travel on the dreary road, and so these ruins give us something to talk about. Among other topics, we regularly speculated on why the ancients built the ruins, or which ancients inhabited, for that matter, or what it must have looked like in its heyday. There is plenty of interesting discussion to go around. While crossing the river in Govora, some of our supplies came loose and fell in the river. We watched helplessly as the water swept these supplies away. While a lot of our supplies are still with us, thankfully, we've still lost quite a bit. My companions have different suggestions on what to do. Some say we should go downstream and see what we can recover from the supplies, even if they've been washed ashore. Others say we'll cut our losses and purchase replacement supplies in the next town. Yet others say we should bear with our misfortune and continue along. Purchase supplies in the next town. Our income is so great. Okay, army's at the max, but that's our maximum income now. We still. This is African trade, not Silk Road trade. My writer, Samira, updates me on progress, droning on about the limits equivalent dusk as my mind reels with bold ideas from my book. Writing may not be my personal forte, but that doesn't mean I can't have a say how my money is spent. My background gave me some unique insights. 93% chance that my ideas work well, slightly higher quality might be. 8% chance you're ignored, 0% chance of failure. its wounds. See? Oh, lost the petrol. Died from being sickly. Getting a lot of gold for this. That's why I went away in the first place. Fortunately, I'm fluent in Greek in these lands. Ditch! Again. Now I'll be heading to the Italian countryside. A charismatic merchant convinces you to invest in his new trading company, claiming it has the backing of several prominent nobles. Impressed by the apparent prestige, you commit a substantial sum. Weeks later, you learn that the noble endorsements were fabricated, and the merchant has vanished, and his company proves nothing more than an elaborate scam. Your gold is gone, and your reputation suffers as word of your gullibility spreads. I will not give up. Apparently I'm still doing that. No, don't pause the travel now. What are you doing? My God, we're stuck out at sea because I insisted to keep on going. Go ahead. Oh, a Zoroastrian for once. Go ahead. I already hit the go home once, but cannot cancel trial plans. Already been cancelled. I didn't mean to do that. Theodoros. He turns out to be quick. But yet, for the eldest, nothing is known about him yet. Near death of pneumonia. About to lose my great physician. My great physician's lost. The Shovel-shaped party returns, not in triumph. They straggle back defeated, their expressions grim, their numbers possibly thin. Alodia reports failure, perhaps due to ambushes, unexpectedly strong resistance, or simply ill fortune. But they bring back little but dust at this point. We provoked a beast nest or lot. God damn it, man. The gray gets development increase. Unfortunately, my conditions deteriorated further over the last few days. I have expected bad news of anonymous stance. This morning I was diagnosed with a serious condition. Oh, pneumonia. Pneumonia ain't nothing to mess with, but fortunately I'm fine because of these health modifiers. Of everything. While browsing a bookshop, I encountered a renowned scholar researching regional histories. I mentioned that the realm's monastery houses a collection of ancient chronicles yet to be studied. Intrigued, the scholar offers to fund an expedition in your realm to study these texts. You return to negotiate a share of any valuable discoveries and the prestige of hosting a scholarly endeavor. This collaboration promises to bring both wealth and intellectual recognition to your domain. I'm satisfied. It's time to return home. Get me out of here! Recently, a dangerous malcontent ventured defamations and weaving the most wicked tales about my family and lineage across several important courts, including those of my vassals. As my legitimacy is on the line, I need to decide how to deal with this situation. Try to refute the accusations. I got the learning and the diplomacy. I think I know a cure, I hope. Wants to go to Western Africa. You got it. Wild animals came to our camp last night while we were in Susa. Not to be confused with Susa over in Iran. No one was hurt, but they did ransack some of our food supplies. Buy it from the damn locals. Alright. We got the monastery. Muddy roads. Oh no. You done failed. Shortcut. There we go. I'm a renowned Silk Road merchant. Gives you all these great benefits. Time's come for you to depart on my adventure, my king. My beneficiaries enough bows as well as you can, while weighed down by heavy bags. Before I leave, please tell me, is there anything specific you want me to keep an eye peeled for during my journey? A tapestry or an artwork that makes me wish that I was there. Here in the mountains of Nice, cultivated sands. I don't know why this happens. But quick, give me that huge health boost, because I got pneumonia. I haven't died yet. By Allah, leave me alone, man. The peaceful atmosphere is shattered by Samir yelling and storms the courtyard. The Tarigo quickly falls, but stops when he sees me. My liege, please talk sense to Samira. I'm trying to help her. Sometimes the experience that may improve her work. Leave it alone, please. I don't want you to muck it up. As the weeks pass, I feel my body grow stronger and stronger till the day I stop coughing and the pressure upon my chest is lifted. Fortunately, I was able to beat pneumonia and will live to tell the story. Contact these pirates. $1,000 gold. I mean, these two I want. Take this. This one's for stewardship related. Detailed ledgers. Republican ruler opinion or Republican vassal tax opinion. By Republican you mean mayors. I don't have any Republic vassals. The outgoing horde fills the air as we traverse the hills near Spoleto. The hill forts resonate with the sound a call to arms has sounded through generations. Mere seconds after the first play, a throng of garrisoned Lombard warriors emerged from the close fortification, charging a group of terrified highwaymen and bandits. We wait to pick the bodies clean. 50% chance garrison wins, 50% chance the bandits win. Regardless, we're going to pick up a bit of gold. Hey, yes, it's more than enough that we have the war chest for the upcoming wars. My lord, my beneficiary Samir smiles and gestures me over to the ink-stained hands. My book, my masterpiece, is finished. Behold, a beautiful tome that shows a modest understanding of intrigue. I touched upon subjects such as a small, sinister book with a black leather cover, containing detailed drawings of plants, and step-by-step, plainly illustrated instructions for preparing a wide selection of poisons. The cover is wood that's been painted and displayed, a repeating image of geometric shapes. What the hell of an intrigue book? It's a court artifact. For more dread gain. Take it to the court. Put that over there so no one can see it, at least from this camera angle. Looking through the market stalls this segment, I feel my purse string cut. Despite my immediate reaction, the thief disappears in the crowd. Only through pure coincidence, one of my guards sees the man and heads to the back alley. Stop or I'll have your head, one of my guards shouts at him, and the thief runs around, giving us an angry, shifty stare. A job offer you. Think of the money as your first payment. Go for this. May want to pick up inspection in the long term. While stopping by the Taberna segment, I met the friendly owner named Patrizia and engaged in conversation with her. She told me to beware of fraudulent peddlers selling false relics to naive Christian pilgrims and travelers. They've been increasingly common in here. There is much profit to be made in duping the easily dupable who don't know much about the real history of this place. Patrizia explains. You won't believe what fanciful tales people will believe about holy priests and other sacred figures who never existed. When they tell me about it, I have to correct them and ruin their excitement. But someone has to do it. What kind of lies do those fraudsters tell? Maybe one day I'll become both not only the renowned silk merchant, Christophoros, that'll be a name. We stopped to rest one night at tavern while sitting corridor peacefully enjoying some Lombard music. The door barges open and a large silhouette appears. A knight swaggers in and the atmosphere immediately changes. The people bow their heads in reverence. Some swoon, and the barkeep immediately pours the apparently famous night free drinks. Is being a night really so special here? If only we had one of these. I could be like that if I trained. For 1 year. Prowess plus 20. Be able to defend myself. We're passing through Potenza as we saw the burnt out, hollowed ruins of what appears to be some sort of residence. My entourage and I were unsure whether this mildly interesting or somewhat concerning location. A local Greek was passing by, and we asked the fellow if he knew anything about the building. Ah, an unfortunate incident, he shook his head and explained. A family of farmers lived there. House burnt down in an accident recently. They said that the area is cursed by some fiendish force. Best not tarry here for too long, my lord. Just in case. I should just look at the ruins. Thank you for the warning. We will be careful. Martial lifestyle. Organized march. Will do. I'm more strategist than gallant. Have we seen that massive tree before? I swear we're going in circles, my captain said shots. Perhaps he's right. We see no sign to get out of this forest in hours. Are we still even in Messenia? The dense tree cover makes it impossible to tell, and to tell the time, even the day, or even the direction we're heading. At this rate, we'll never make it definitive. Send someone to find a local guide. God damn it. As we'll hire this person. Local guide. Culture exists between us. You got so much wealth that you have no idea what to do with beyond, just throw in a few construction projects on the parts of your domain. And I'll go to Corsica, then Sardinia, then North Africa, and then we'll be back to familiar shores. Aha, to do in a brisk air of Aceto has very refreshing qualities to traverse the local hill fort. The soldiers in the valley below appear to be practicing some rare type of training I haven't seen before. Moving closer, failing to restrain my curiosity. While doing so, I approached my local captain, Jean. Would you like to join him, my lord? Oh, I mean, I do have rough terrain expert, but I'm always up for a challenge. Oh, and I'm a trans-Saharan merchant too. Haha. Mental resilience. Training failed. So, be sure to, if you ever had a chance to go to Learning Lifestyle, we could definitely get these. I would like to be a long-lived ruler, for once. The seas around here are thick with Catalan traders, going about their usual craft, carrying rare and exotic goods from one port to another. One such merchant ship holds an item within that immediately takes my interest. In the moment I lay my eyes upon a maritime trading handbook, I know I could never find anything like that back in Nobadia, and it must simply be mine. And mine it shall be. I'm willing to spend on that. Or not again. You know what? Tell some local ships through the storm. They know the way here. You eat it. Shortcut. Huh. That's what you're gonna do? Well, good for me. Almost home. Missing gold coins. Corruption. Oh, there. For every 1,000 gold, the corruption only gets worse. I mean, that's what happens when you have too much damn money that you have no idea what to do with. That's true, they're mere insects, god dang it. Come on, almost there. Let's get a last few in, and we are home, ladies and gentlemen. And last. Alright. Let's see. Let's soak on. For once, get the Indians over here. Their ideas spread across Europe. The monks, thinkers, and worldly merchants hailed from India have certainly left a positive mark on our cultures and societies in any land they travel to, and perhaps your lands too. Start to improve relations with them. Increases the amount of and chance of receiving piety, or care to modify as improved lifestyle experience. Analog decision to bring in Indian artisans. Let's do some networking. So now I decided to reinforce relations with the Indian communities around. The Indian subcontinent is renowned for the many good things that come out from it. From the inspiring face followed by many, to intricate and skillful art styles, to wealthy networks of traders, and much more. And I will subsequently bring in artisans. Now that I've been networking with the local Indian communities tomorrow, it has occurred to me that I could use my new connections to hire some Indian artisans from afar to work for me. Their art style from the subcontinent has been a major influence on many civilizations, and utilizing it will undoubtedly raise my prestige. For the next 10 years, we'll have Indic artisans, plus 1 diplomacy, 1 monthly party, monthly court grandeur change, and artifact decay reduction. They're beautiful art who have a good home here. India is the home of the many cultures and faiths that have influenced many other parts of the world. I have no surprise that Indian art styles have spread throughout the Silk Road, both through incorporation of their artistic techniques and conventions, through the immigration of skilled Indian artisans to other regions. Within the local Indian community, for example, are a number of skillful artisans. Though it took some effort, I was able to persuade them to work for me, and I have various projects in mind where I think their skills will be most valuable. What majesty, splendor, divinities artisans can create. Just getting closer to Paragon of Virtue. It'll just take a few months' time unless you do something like, oh, I don't know, commission a donor portrait. Hold on, what's the next? Well, we're still quite further away from it, but close family. And you do earn a bit of piety along the way. 150 renown. I would approach Nubian artisans and Coptic priests about commissioning a donor portrait of myself in a work of Christian religious art at a local church, perhaps one depicting a scene from scriptures. While the focus of this artwork is of course the religious aspect, I specified that the donor's portrait's secondary focus should be on depicting myself and my close relatives. I hope that all who see this religious art appreciate how my lineage is filled with people with admirable religious qualities. The Sai family should forevermore be associated with deep devotion to God. Praise be to the Lord. Let's oversee the land sales here. Since I have extremely high stewardship, 99% chance. No need to throw money into that. Just do it. You got it. Oh, you're almost there. Welcome to now Pastoralists in. And some will be joining the fight for us, as we have a stronger military nowadays. Anything else? No, we should be good. Makuria has been expanding lately. Ever since I've been gone, you've been in a holy war with Demont for years? Oh. And conquests for this part of the territory. And I don't blame them. Oh, look. They've been broken up into smaller entities, including one we have an alliance with, which could work for us. That we'll have a think about. Yes, there's still a few Mandulist remnants that are landing in there. Now, we don't know the full strength of the damned Makurian army, but I know for a fact that it's on 42. Old age hasn't hit me yet, but I'm willing to lead the charge. Assembling a full army here at Casa Ibram. How long would that take? Just to have a look. 48 days. Okay, that's just good to know. Alright. 1 second. Alright. Last minute preparations before we start a war for Makuria, not all of Nubia. We propose trade with the Egyptians, which not only we get a choice between each other, well, and I get the benefits of these. Domestic slaves, which is for piety and legitimacy. Lavish goods, more diplomacy and legitimacy. Diplomacy lifestyle. Commission of maps, +3 martial and monthly martial lifestyle experience. Books and relics for learning and learning lifestyle. Luxury manufactures, long reign bonus, court grandeur goes up, and common trade goods. Yeah, we want one of these. But take your pick. Select a trade asset from the following list. Various circumstances determine the types of trade assets, and they may persist or change or in a matter of a few years. Common trade goods is always available. So get me commissioned maps for the next 5 years. Because it's going to be wartime for us soon. And in addition, let's propose a hostage exchange between us. My youngest, Christophoros, and how about the princess? No? Okay. This? Will not accept because rational zeal. I already have a truce. I mean, a trade agreement is good enough. Oh, and also let me compliment you a bit. Just to, you know, get you on our side and all that. $71. Right. Right, as long as we just keep Egypt, stop breathing down on our necks for a while we will focus on them. Oh, and one more thing. Here, some Silk Road entertainers from you. Now. Oh yeah, don't forget, you can also fight tributary wars. But we want both titles. We want to be the masters of the Niles. Although it may bring friends along, including from Axum. But I'm not terribly worried about whoever may stand against us. Let's do it. Vassal reinforcements. And because the said allies, just in case bring mercenaries. And remember, check the personalities of these mercenary captains because the last ones we did were an unruly bunch. So you may want to look at some of them. Which of course usually depends on what we're up against. So get me them. That's one. And I would probably hire at least one more mercenary band. Alice. Zella. But this is quite a combination. Ah, good. Why not? Give me them. And now, raise the armies. I'll be the one to lead. I mean, as good as some as you are, but I want battlefield experience for myself. Get me the master of the horse. Who's the youngest and best at their job? We got a lot of excellent folks. You know what? Why not my wife? I'm not terribly worried about fortification issues. No need for war architect yet. But for God's sakes, you do need bodyguards. The fair armies. Okay, now we're good. Your spy master emerges from the shadows as war preparations commence. My lord, steel and soldiers are but one path of victory. For a modest sum, I could place agents within enemy territory to sabotage supply lines, spread false information among their ranks, and identify weakest points of their defenses. Some might call such tactics dishonorable, cost you some prestige, but war is won through results, not reputation. My agents would pave the way for a quicker, less costly conquest. Everyone must be dead, but speak of it to no one. We can afford it. We're ready. We'll be ready to march in a moment. I mean, we're all together, right? No. All together now. Though it's possible we may split due to supply issues. So we'll be marching straight to Dongola, which has a very high fort level, but it's got to start somewhere. And you could bring your friends over here. We'll be ready for them. And look at the monthly income. Just only marginal. Wants to forge a goblet? Why not? Give me another goblet. Capture the capital and you're more than likely to win the war. Yeah, sure. Face captive men on a practice yard, both armed for sparring, mercenaries and soldiers' watchtower. Is this how you normally negotiate contracts? The captain asked between challenges. I reply confidently. I don't haggle, Captain. I test those who would serve me. Lower your price and prove your worth with steel. That's easy vigor. Bold approach, King. But if I best you, the price increases. And if I best you, counter, you'll accept my terms without further complaint. My onlookers chair is a clash again. This unorthodox negotiator settles terms through skills, not ink. The captain eyes your new respect for your willingness to gauge directly. Let's see. So I'll say, your worth is noted, but remember who commands here. Choose wisely. 63% chance that it pays me 106 gold. 20% chance that despite heat exchange, all alternative proposals were ignored. And cavalry displays increasing probability of riding mercenary events. 8% chance to become rivals. Failed negotiations. Always happens. After my army sets up camp, I hear a commotion coming from my night's lodgings. Investigating the disturbance, I find Alibaba and Sozima in the middle of a heated argument while several onlookers edge them on. Deliver a speech about unity to the crowd. I get up and deliver a speech about how we're all fighting for the Nobadia and how we must stand united against our foes, for if we don't, there are many outsiders who would take advantage of our internal squabbles and seize our lands to impose rules. Look at it, Bash. They apologize and get ready to sell for me. We are stronger when we stand together. I mean, all the armies are further away from the front lines, and they have no choice but to go defend Dongola, as we'll begin our siege there. It's a very high fort level. We beefed up the size of a... So this will take approximately 18 months. Even though we do have someone that's suited for the job, I believe. No, we don't have the military engineer. A bow. Wants to string a magnificent bow. I would like to hear that. You know about our culture of Nubian Nile archers. Daughter, Ifani. Let me see. Pelagia. A traveler claiming to be an employee. None of our beneficiaries are now brought to me, carrying a message from the adventurer. Fear not, my great lord, for Zanav is in good health. I'll bring you news of the possibility of finding an even greater adventure. You see, Zanav took a wrong turn and is now somewhere near Arusi. Zanav's traveling companion unfurls a dirty map to show me where they ended up. He has enough funds to make it to Western Africa, as planned, but suggests some additional funding can chase up a local rumor and bring home a great artifact. Life's an adventure. Explore that area for artifacts. A visitor approached me with a frown. Third type, perhaps some bedlam. My lord, I mean no disrespect. This forge of yours, let's just say if you want the goblet to be all elegant, you're just gonna have to invest in a new one. Army gold maintenance reduced a little. Of course, whatever you need. Every little bit helps. Bob is a very grave looking Koda, my sponsee. Often it doesn't bring ill news of the splendid project they have ready for me. Oh, there you are, my liege. I've hit a wall in my work. Nothing major. My idea's gone to the ground as the pressure mounts. He laughs nervously. I just need some inspiration, mighty king. Might I have some prior examples I could examine? No, I know what you need. Because I'm eager reveler, I'm a hunter, I'm a gardener, I'm a lot of things, so... What fun we shall have, huh? Miss, please, lose a bit of progress. No signs of the Makurian army. Basil, my eldest, is also quick-minded. Well, I guess I'm the only genius of this family. Unless we have an intelligent one. In Christophoros. As I perceive my offensive wars, my vassals start to grow more and more despondent regarding their support for the carnage I started. I reach a point where no more political maneuvering is enough to call their out of distaste for the present state of affairs. Oh, hell. Don't worry, everybody's at my side. Mostly. The new captain. I guess the old one took ill. Unless I'm thinking of the other captain I was paying attention. Anyways, I face Captain, how the hell do you say your name? He's Ethiopian. Habasha. Mao Khan, yeah. Yeah, it's the same text as before. Successful negotiation pays him money up front. Alright. We only have about a year left till we take this place. That's the army of Axum over there. So that Basil pushed me to bear on contemplation. When I need, I'd expect you to be there for me too. Not gonna get you. They're not gonna get money off you. Yeah, whatever you need, man. As we're starting to make a bit of gold again. It's still even. You know, the amount of loot that's in here, it does make me want to, it's like, I can't make back deals of Egypt, but I could do it with one of your vassals. Particularly, willing to accept whatever. Here, give you some slaves, and what will you give me in return from this exchange? Give me foodstuffs. Marshal, supply duration up. Alright, thank you. I just needed that just to get up that stats for the fame trait and all that. Oh darn it, let's leave it to the expert. Why hasn't reached starvation yet? Here we go, big jump. 4 months left. And by the way, the fort level did knock down a little. My lord, my beneficiary, Sanavar announces arrival. A surprisingly loud voice. He proudly holds up a package securely wrapped in cloth. I returned from Africa with an artifact from my journey. I take the bulky bundle into my hands and loosen the cords for peeling layer after layer of fabric. Inside is a tapestry. Snuff puffs chest weaves me a tale about his traveling companion who was a master tailor. Their shared adventure inspired a chosen motif in this tapestry. A large lamb's wool tapestry of masterful craftsmanship. The cloth is woven to show intricate designs of interlocking geometric shapes. Renown, court grandeur, courtly vassal tax contribution. Put it in. Excuse me. Put that right front and center. This is what it looks like. We need more stuff like that in our walls. Over here, my lord, my beneficiary waits me over a wide grin. I've told many days and nights, and my work's finally done. It's or object wrapped in cloth as I lift the fabric, my eyes grow wide. A ceremonial goblet of masterful craftsmanship. It's made of gold with opal inserts. Tiny but elegant description on the inside, dedicated to stalwart friend Washa Nufti. Lovely. Right, now put this here. You know, as a matter of fact, put the goblet here, and then Lazarus' goblet over here. So when people come over, the first thing they see is the goblets. And then they see that. And whatever's going to be on the pedestal in the future. Leave them alone. Just a few more days. There's no need for dedication. I'll get to you in a second. Alright, I face Captain Georgios practice yard. I don't know about company. Oh yeah, you're much more easier to negotiate with. But I'll go for the stewardship option as it's higher. My service offers purpose, not just coins squandered on vice. 72% chance he pays me, 27% chance that this fails. Success in negotiation, made up front. We're about to get even more gold. And we took another artifact out of it that's going to be put on my wall. I step out of my tent, siege camps sprawls out before me. A haphazard tapestry of tents, pavilions, and hovels built of us and materials thrown up with no skill or artistry, and clustered higgledy-piggledy among the trees. Dark tarred canvases stretch over wooded frames, shelter the tents of Nubia and those servant. Colorful tents, carpets over on crude ground in between. Pennants snap in the stiff breeze. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My low retainers approach and enforce the siege agenda. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge of the camp. The barony of Dongola stands before me. A blackened, crumbling shell. Trebuchets and catapults litter the field. Beyond the toppling walls, I hear women wailing over the dead. Grieving widows and orphans search through the ash and rubble for the bones of loved ones. My men look to me for directions. How are y'all feeling? Just spare it because this is Nubian homeland. And imprison everyone you see, including all these queens and everybody. But the whole damn family. After the siege of the barony of Dongola, two men specifically caught my eye after being captured as prisoners. Once they had finished frantically fighting some of my levies with pitchforks and a shovel. Glancing over the distance, I noticed that two of them grappling each other, supposedly fighting about an event that happened mid-siege before my soldiers had entered the castle walls. After asking what was going on, one of the prisoner guards informed me that, well, found out that Mary Kuda, not my Mary Kuda, had apparently used the chaos in the siege to steal some of his gold. On the other hand, Mary Kuda feels that, well, that's still actually his gold. Well, not the other way around. Whilst normally I wouldn't care about a situation like this, the two are yelling and shouting in the night and keeping a lot of my men awake. Let me see you two. Well, since I'm a calm man myself, I'll say, let's just talk this out. Try to get them to stop arguing due to my diplomatic nature. They managed to calm them down. Okay. We captured their heir, captured their spouse, we took the enemy capital. We have not faced any enemy opposition, as far as my knowledge is concerned. Napata is to be the next target, or Shamir. Shamir is the easier one. It's got a smaller fort level, and therefore easy to deal with. But we have to get through some obstacles. Queen's escaped from prison. Damn it! Another person has escaped from prisons. Oh, right. Put that up there. Fearsome foxhide. Didn't hunt, but stole from. After Shamir, then we'll get Napata. The leaders of the local Indian community have presented me with the most spectacular gift of Christian religious objects, such as statues inlaid with precious gems, colorful paintings, and other similar items. Though not everyone in the community necessarily shares the same beliefs, the peoples of any faith have lived with one another along the Silk Road for centuries, sometimes peacefully, sometimes warring against each other. So it's unsurprising these nobles know exactly what kind of religious artifacts is present to me. The most welcome gift. Remember, there are some Nestorian Christians in India, particularly in Tamil Nadu, lesser extent Sri Lanka. As my realm-faced warfare, I'm drawn more and more into planning the whole operation so I can overrule any other opinion among my own servants, thanks to my status at the cost of prestige among my vassals. In this third day, it will be better for my knowledge of military matters to do so and test things my way. My behavior is also a double-edged sword. Do things my way. Hit and run. We've not faced combat yet, but at least we're getting these, especially damage by and toughness for heavy infantry, spearmen, archers, and skirmishers, and more. One second. My enterprising marshal shared me an idea as he came up with the improvement of my less performant knights and their retinues. In his suggestion, Count Shakanda of Kyrgyz told me he would provide intensive theoretical knowledge to the knights and their retinues over the period of 1 month to hope to improve their prowess. Of course, given the nature of the subject at hand, the learning skill of each knight would be tested to see how effective the training become. Now I'm facing the decision to greenlight the training as it would cost a significant amount of resources. All that money we got from the loot and more? Go ahead. They'll all be improved upon. Our scouts report there is no imminent risk of an enemy attack tonight. As I watch my soldiers, fatigued from the day's march, set up yet another camp. Can't help but wonder if tonight's respite is our last. My last. And if battles join tomorrow, might I not be slain? And what of starvation, exposure, disease, accidents? Life is never as fragile as during wartime. If today were to prove my last day, how should I spend the evening? With my dear friend, of course. My lord, I'm beneficiary, and Makuria approaches me with a satisfied smile drawn on his face. I've told her to work bench many days and nights, but my work's finally done. He presents me the object wrapped in cloth, and I feel one his hand aside to make her away. A very fine, cheery self-bow, strung with linen, useful for both hunting and war. Just a weapon. Remember to use that when you go hunting next time, for that trade experience, so that's for keeps. I like how bows are a creatable artifact now. In the past, they weren't. Doricos approached me, claiming she has discovered someone in my close friends has been having an extramarital affair. Oh gee, who do I think? She already provided me everything she knows. Claim names as evidence in exchange of favor to be on the wedding. Do you cook on me? No, I think I figured out who it is. I don't need to look at it, as long as they do their duty and did it. Seized the Nubian rush. Oh, son of a beeswax. A gift for King Nordanus' third coronation. That's a good thing to have. I sprawl out of my tent, the siege camp sprawls out before me. A sprawl of reds, browns, and blues, of tents striped with hooves of sandy canvas, of hundreds of horses tied to crude pens, and feeders jammed of hayseed, and of fires crackling as the camp followers stoke cauldrons of bubbling stew. Flags float above the throng. Figures hunch over campfires, tossing on wood or brushing sheepskins clean. My lower return approaches forms siege Zenda, and my bodyguards are dealing camp. The barony of Shemkia stands before me, a crumbling settlement in the fields between lined, blackened corpses of slain men and burnt-out hovels choked with rubble. Walls of clay bricks built by serfs lie shattered and overturned as towers molder and crumble in rumble piles. The houses, hogs by scratches and slits, lie strewn with rotting horses' bones, trash and refuse. The groans of dying prisoners rise like a chorus. And loot the place a little. I don't really care about that much over there. Now Napata should be the last one to take. Although, despite a higher fort level, but we have very good supplies. We should be alright. Once again, we've not faced any opposition, which is troubling. Oh, there they are. Look at the size of them. And look at the advantages or lack thereof. Similar photo. Just go for Napata. Put this on for taxes. If they want to come over here, they're more than welcome to do so. Not all hands rise against us. The people of the county of Napata, weary of war, quietly bring bread, wine, and news of the land. Their aid steadies our columns, and whispers spread among the men that even the enemy lands are not all against us. The armies regain 10% of their strength. Providence smiles upon us. Alright. They join our regiments. For the people of Napata here. Because they'll all be part of my realm soon. A new Rome priest. Cousin! Hey. Very good. There's one of the enemy armies. What do you mean, my guest taught? That's not what I want. I'm talking to teach court, teach my heir of a few things, not the other children. Mercenary contracts are to expire in a year. It's alright, the war's gonna be over soon. Not to mention lots of great loot over there. So we're about to win a war that they have well, not faced any major battles, which is fine. That means we've taken out one of the strongest forces of the region. And after taking this, and if we can get this land together and all that, get the country together, that will be equal to Egypt's strength. I exit my tent. Okay, siege camp sprawls out before me. A ragged camp of canvas hovels crowded between the barren slopes of Arada and the forest at its back. The sky is choked with smoke from the fires burning in iron cauldrons. Flames so huge that they cast long shadows on the desolate field. Pennants snap in the wind in places, held by crooked tree limbs. Worried, long-haired commanders sit at tables, trading gossip and tall tales, conferring in private. The urgent whispers drifting on the breeze. A lower lieutenant approaches me and informs the siege like I got my bodyguards at the Ajkan. The barony of Wadi Mukadam stands before me. A bonfire of flaming timber. In the fields between, the dead and dying lie in scores upon scores of black slaughtered corpses. Bodies bulge and blow in the streets. Grieving widows wail and clutch each other. Just give it a limited looting, since there was a lot of loot to be found here. And with that, after 2 years of fighting, now I'm the 3-crowned King of Nubia. You will be reduced to a duke. Sorry, friend. You can call me pretender if you like. Clever on that, but hopefully we can find forgiveness between us. But I just want you to know, old friend, as long as we're friends, you cannot rise up against me in a faction. And if there are those who wants to put you back on the throne, the Makuria throne in particular, good luck with that! You could start a legend now. Which is, you know, promote this legend, but I would rather. But now that I've taken over the Makurian throne, that means I gained these artifacts. And a few inventory artifacts too. The old crown of the Kingdom of Makuria. And there's the crown of the Kingdom of Alodia. I also took the Cenarian War Banner. Alright, something to put on my wall. A wild hare hide. A great gazelle hide. You do a lot of hunting down there, do you? A renowned antelope hide. Aha! What if I were to surrender this? If I were to surrender, I don't think it really cares because this is part of a land that is not traditionally Nubian. But I just want to get out of this Darfur business. Because, you know, I want nothing to do with it. So I'm willing to give up that little land. They've already occupied it anyhow. Because I just simply want my army to be disbanded, register 1 day later, and here we are. You've acquired a lot of new territories, including Dongola, which one day I would love to settle here to begin a new capital, but we still got plenty of work to be done. The oath is now complete. The lands of Nobadia is destined to grow, not through words, but through war. I've sworn to conquest to my people, so I must conquer. And conquer I did. You gain 900 prestige out of this. And you have the permanent modifier of expanded the realm. +1 martial, the generously gain. Your gloryhound vassals and belligerent vassals will respect you more. And here in my county capital of Firin, upheld oath, more development growth and public opinion on that. I have upheld my oath. My work is done, as exactly as I said it would be. I heard the scorn of my detractors, their certainty that I would fail when I swore my oath, but I proved them wrong. The voice of my doubters have changed. Now they grant me the honor they once thought beyond my reach. A new day is upon us, and a stronger Nobadia stands ready to meet it. Now, please remember, ladies and gentlemen, unite the Nubian thrones can only be done if, yes, we do complete control Makuria, but there are parts of Alodia that's not yet under my control. And plus, one of your primary tales has to be either Makuria or Alodia, which it's going to have to be Makuria, naturally. So I don't know what I would do with Nobadia. Even though I feel more Nobadian than Makurian, but you get the idea. Even though technically, if you want to start, we were Makurian, as you know, over 150 years ago, the journey began there in Zé, which is de jure part of Dongala, Kingdom of Dongala, Makuria, known as. So there's that. Hey, would you like to offer vassalage? Allies. Current amount of allies. He'll say no to that. How about you over there? Despite the fact you are a different faith. Let me compliment you. 100%, but the problem is now is, well, we can't get them in. And the problem is, you are an ally of mine. As noted, it's because of marriage, which means if I want to end an alliance, which would be breaking a truce, and you can't break truces, I have to divorce my wife, who's been good to me. Breaking a divorce is breaking an alliance between us. Which, well, here's an excuse, you know, sinner and all that. But the easiest thing in the world would actually be, oh, murder the character. Because look, very bad intrigue. And probably some people don't like it, so I think a murder plot would do. But it would take some time, though. While for Kordofan, in that case, we can easily defeat them through war. But unfortunately, it requires a few wars. And don't forget, a war with them as well, because we still have a truce with them, but that's gonna expire sooner or later. 9 months. Okay. So them first, but remember your offensive war. Not a fun. It's 20. It wasn't that long of a war, so a bit of rest and relaxation won't hurt it. You get to do all these travels. Gained all these artifacts, including the crowns. Let's put some stuff up here. A war banner. The antelope hide. Hides. Hides. You're making a court look like a damn hunting lodge. But nevertheless, you're no longer a powerful vassal as you once was, and there are some. Oh, the former king, you could be a chancellor. So, old friend, I'm sure we'll find common ground once again. I mean, let's just talk it out like old times. So again, breaking up with it, I mean, that's breaking an alliance, and I think it would cause a truce. And I kind of don't want that to have an alliance. I think you're better off just to murder the character outright. But, hey, this character's a Christian. I mean, get rid of this character, although Coptic, but still a fellow Christian. I mean, I thought they were pagan, but you were thinking of Kordofan. got plenty of years left in me. Once I become a strategist, I would like to switch to medicine and get this. So I am expected to, you know, to fulfill the thing. But it's kind of too bad that, you know, different faiths and all that. Your current amount of alliances is another reason. My powerful vassals' opinion of me is another reason. But yeah, we're cousins. I mean, this is what this is for, the true ruler thing, but we're far from that. So basically, ignore Darfur and focus on uniting all of Alodia. As long as all the vassals play fair. I'm just nodding my head in acceptance of this. I mean, if we weren't allies, and the amount of alliances that you have, we might have brought you in. This is why I think the best option is to get rid of you. Screw it. Let's do it. There's plenty of people that are willing to join. That are willing to get rid of this son of a beeswax. Let me spend my prestige just to get you in here. Look at that. And a bribe. Okay. I have the bribe. Got so much. You got it. Oh, and support this scheme. At least we'll have a resting period till our armies recover for the next war. Low resources, low natural resources. Increase the number of forests and mountains. Call of war. Join the Holy War on the side of Utaka. Hey, do you want to pay me this huge amount of money? Just to join your damned little war? Over a conflict that I have no relevance with. I'm just going to ignore your proposition because I have plans to murder you. And then we're just going to conquer this bit of Sanaa. And then we'll be on our way there. We both lingered in bed in the early hours of the morning. Queen Alodia of Nobadia whispered in my ear the very bad things about one of my courtiers, my blower. Who's that? One of my knights. Responding to seeds of hate, I became aware that her plan to seductively plead that I somehow dismissed the courtier that unfortunately incurred her wrath. In the knowledge that this decision will carry political consequences, among other factors, on my counselors who will not look kindly to me if I say to my spouse arbitrary demands. I need to make a decision about his unforeseen challenge. I'll try to influence her to drop the matter. Got it. Ah, custodian of the Coptic holy site. Even though I don't have control over it. Wants to write about medicine. Please do. Like to have more health benefits. No? Ah yes, pay the ransom. Until we reach 95%, execute the scheme. Only the Lord guides me. Yep. Post trade. Gone. Alright. Wasn't planning on expanding your area. Don't start that scheme yet. You know what? I'm a forgiving person. One of you Egyptian rulers. How about you up there? Hey, you're that friend of mine, right? Let me give you a gift of ivory. Well, you can only do one at a time, right? Yeah, you can't do that. Okay. Fair enough. That's something I should be doing. Yes, I gave him a gift of it. More trade to me. I was traveling in Abu Hamad along the Nile Valley when I came across several priests facing the Nile River and praying. When I asked them what they were doing, they explained that they were praying to God to ensure we would have a good inundation next time the Nile flooded. After all, having the Nile flood is predictable. The results of its inundation are not. Perhaps I could join you in your prayers? Hear a commotion from the son's Christopher's chambers, hastening inside. I see the wet nurse playing. My liege, perfect timing. Christopher took his first steps out 6 times. All my boys and tries to walk in the room. What else can I do? Thank you. It is a normal flood. Your prayers have been answered. Dynasty legacy available. Distant shores. Diplomacy per level of fame. That will help me. More diplomatic range, even better. And character modifiers for the decision to reinforce relations to communities last twice as long. I'm willing to get that. Just simply for the heck of it. Including that one day we will expand further along the coast that belongs to Blemia. Mercenary contracts expire, we'll let them go, as we're in a bit of a resting period. And we kind of don't need mercenaries for the next couple of wars here. Do it. Beniak Khan has been sent to death's faithful embrace, a thorn in my side no longer. Thank God. Magod's hireling executed our plan perfectly. In the dead of the night, the man snuck through a gap, scouted in the roaming patrols, led himself into our quarry's chambers of a stolen key, and brought Akod's wretched existence to a wet, gurgling end. I covered my tracks well. If anyone suspects me behind the attack, then they dare not say it out loud. I do love surprise visits. Do that often. Right, alliance expired, which means next time, in the next episode, we will seize that chiefdom, which does cost quite a bit. And then after that, fight 2 wars of all that. But I think you're better off just to do one bit to push the claimant of this person here into our realm. So 1, 2, 3. Depending on which order is most convenient for you. I prefer small wars first. You know, move up to county, duchy, kingdom. You're gonna be last. The offensive war modifier is going to take a while for it to go away, but if I were you, for such a small conflict, I would probably assemble the army over here to be safe. Play it safe. What's going on over there? Oh yeah, there's an ongoing conflict of an area that I don't really care about. Actually, you know what? We got time for a small war. Screw it. Seize the damn thing. All the way over there? Not concerned about that. Just do it. Just get the men in arms up and then we'll get to moving. You got it. After this war, the next episode will be for Kodafran and parts of Alodia proper that has not yet been, united yet. Wait for men-at-arms to arrive, then we'll get moving. As I open my eyes, I'm immediately overwhelmed by automation. Is someone watching me? Are you ready to embrace the faith, truth, Lazaros? I sat up suddenly completely awake. Look around for the source of the unfamiliar woman's voice. There are only shouts. I weren't gone over to his blessing. Will you accept it? I want nothing to do with this. Begone, demon! Come on. Stick to your own duties. Come on. Where are those men at arms? It's like we're practically bringing every damn body over here. There they are. Took it long enough. Beat those 2 armies up first. wants to make a shield. Go ahead. You know what? Stop. Stop converting. We've been doing this for a very long time. You may want to save that for the other areas of concern, especially if it's in my realm. Because I think we've made very little progress at this. That whatever tension exists there, it's not going to matter all that much. Just defeat the two armies, and then we'll win. 4 levels, only 3, so it will not be. Just defeat the armies, take it, then you win. Rest up for a couple of months or so. Oh shit! She was the one that was gonna give me the good medicine book. Alright, old friend. Our paths will lead only despair. Our guides betrayed us in the chiefdom of Sanaa. Whether through folly or design, we may never know. The days of marching us bring the barren wastes, far from our aim. Supplies dwindle, despair spreads like wildfire amongst weary ranks. The land is cursed. Lost 10% of our strength. That's so. Should be fickle. Supply issues is never an issue that's to be worried about. See if you can kill them all. Ooh, very high advantage. As the dust settles across the field about 100 paces away, spot a lone enemy. His card marks him as a Nidor commander, not a common soldier. His touch is fixed elsewhere. He hasn't seen you. Field's Sunday up to you, except for you and him. Pulse quickens. I'll do with that bastard myself. Few brief moments. Taberna and I paced in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I held my duelist battle axe ready to defend myself while he clutches his mace from his hand. So I'm ready to tell first blood does these my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our battle begins. Taberna pulls back from my every blow. Let me tackle getting another solid hit in. Not before long I begin to feel myself tired. Lightnings. Attack first, attack hard. On guard. Lightning assault. Try to overwhelm them at the start of the bout. Putting all my strength to my first strike, I leap straight for him. Hefting my axe high to a powerful cleave that sends him reeling. It retaliates with a smooth flowing series of rapid thumps and crashing thwacks. Each strike forces me back along. My form is good, only smars. Taberna's stance is incredible. I have my opponent back foot, but I still need to consolidate my victory. Is that the best you got? You can't even hit me. Come on. Time and again, I backpedal, dodge, and weave, always keeping just within the tempting target distance. Soon, Taberna's showing signs of exhaustion, their encounters of fierce, yellow rapid thumps almost crushing me repeatedly. My form is excellent without chance of mistake. His stance is incredible. Still holding off my blows well, seems close faltering. I'm the fastest blade in Nobadia. I'm an aspiring blade master, so blade dance. A series of flashy expert moves to ensure my dueling prowess will be talked about for years. In battle, I'm an artist. Each strike is a brush stroke. Every falling forward got the blood. A splash of paint. I brandish my axe, switching seamlessly between flourish and strike. I paint an agony, a picture of agony across my foot. The Taberna pulls back at every blow, letting me attack while getting another solid hit in. I'll feel myself tired. Form is still excellent. His stance still incredible. Fool, take this. Feint and stab. Feinting left my axe and I stab her with my offhand dagger. Knife to hand for the next 5 years. Swing my axe is almost lazy feint. My opponent does see my offhand dagger until it's too late when it's already sailing pommel first for his face. The impact blows tend to hit it hard. Slamming so deep I swear I could feel the bone bruise, and he staggers backward in daze. When the mace drops from his hand, my opponent stammers, "I'll yield without needing me to do anything. I'm victorious." I got them all. And capture one of his vassals. Now all you need to do is take Sonar and win. And then that'll be the end of the episode. This shouldn't take long, as we have so many sage weapons these days. Legia is quick. Everybody's quick-minded. Nobody's a genius anymore. Ah, well. Not everybody can have great intellect such as me, as I'm a notable ruler myself. I exit my tent. The siege camp sprawls out before me. A mass of sticks, dirt, bodies, and humanity. The smell of it fills my nostrils. Not as sweet, clean air. What an intoxicating smell. Such a mixture of bodies, mud, sweat, and human waste. Pennants snap in wind places, held by crooked tree limbs. Figures hunch over campfires, tossing on wood and brushing sheepskins clean. My lord here approaches forces the siege zang, and I got my bodyguards at the edge of the camp. The tribe of Senar stands before me. A wreckage of burning wood and broken stone. In the fields between, nothing but skeletal trees offer any shade, and plots of broken carts and wagons litters the ground. The gates are open, most walls demolished, flanking towers breached. A pile of grey smoke hangs over the tribe of Sana, as do the black-feathered ravens. Corpses litter the hill, too numerous to tally. Grieving widows wail amid the scattered stones and remnants of their homes. Looted, imprison everybody. And we also have Holy Thorn, inventory artifact. If you're in a mood for temple building, well, there you go. That's something we ought to consider. Look at the money you have. Why don't you feudalize the place and build a temple? I mean, if I had a domain limit, sure, I would do that. But who's got time for that? Hey, we did that for you, man. And now we rest up a bit, because the offensive war opinions is 25, so yeah. Take a break from fighting wars. Focus on the realm bit. Think about any possible factions which there aren't any to begin with. Maybe we'll form a few duchies here and there. So, in the next episode, I will push the claim, well, Zacharias' claim, Count Zacharias, loose from over there, in which he's in good health, so he'll be around, to get him Kordofan, And then we rest again, then we'll fight a possibly long war with Blemia, which our only requirement is seize the Abwab. Because we don't want a holy war, which we don't want Muslims joining in. Because the Shah rulers from other places may come in. So it's better to seize it all. And then after that, we will unite the Nubian thrones, in which I will be a cur for this. And we'll get up to absolute crown authority for it. We'll get a bit more renown. Innovations are coming. So for the next episode, better times are ahead. Innovations are coming soon. Nubia will step forward into the future. Whatever it may be. So we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.